How's it gaming, guys? I'm PhilInTheBlanks. Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and we're just going to review what we already know to kind of catch back up. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference. But what? What could that change? The distance, definitely. Difference, like, who cares? Angle, doesn't really matter. Distance to the crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright. Oh, maybe I got it wrong. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. Oh, that's true. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Oh, no, I guess I was right. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness? You... Yes? Ew, it looks like elastic bands. You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunch has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Oof. Oof. That's so long. And I guess that's when she took the picture? That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. Yeah, it really is. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? That's a long time. Also, you'd think Lena would get away. 5 minutes? That's the slowest run down a parking lot I've ever heard. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. I'm glad he said I was going to say something with the spork, but I'm glad the judge... Ooh, yum. Caviar again. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Sure. I mean, sit back and observe is never the right answer, so... 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. Al dente? Al dente? I don't know. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. I don't know, Judge. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable! Yeah! Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. So, can we go home? Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? Is that a joke or a pun in Japan? I don't get it. That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence that I didn't use up until now. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ooh. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. I'm going to eat this lunch now. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Lunchland is such a silly name. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I have heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Jeez. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department, even though we flagrantly break that law all the time in this game. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth, why are you so upset about this? Don't you want all the evidence to prove this? Like, you're prosecuting, man, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. Oh, whoops. I was like, oh god, what happened? Bella stepped on the remote control. She changed the channel. Just one second. There we go. Now, all of a sudden the screen just went all snowy. Alright, let's do this. Get away from the remote, Bella. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes ago when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Hold it! Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This when the suspect is admitting she did it? But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. That didn't tell me anything. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime. Whoops, sorry. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. Makes sense, but I might as well press it anyways. So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. She got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. The other blood type was the defendant. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Sorry, I'm burping all of a sudden. Huh. Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. Okay. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. I guess if you didn't already know that, I guess that's good for a way to tell the audience if they didn't know that about blood tests, I guess. I don't know. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results, but they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Ms. Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Ew. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she isn't enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I don't know. Is there a picture of her shoe here? Oh! She's not wearing white shoes! Oh! Damn, if I was a foot fetishist, I would have known that right away. There's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes, you're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Oh. I guess we get healed in the blue. I don't know. My magnifying glass isn't getting yellow, so there's nothing for to see. I don't know. There's blood, I guess. I thought it was going to be the picture because the picture is black. I wonder if you noticed there's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? Now I guess I could show you the crime the photo because like she's not wearing white shoes. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Oh, it's the victim's shoe! I'm being stupid. Oh my god, Phil. I thought, I'm so dumb. I for some reason thought that was Lana's shoe. I'm being really stupid. Well, I'm glad I'm kind of going around the right way, just in a very stupid way. That what it said? It was the... Yeah. Oh, yeah, victim's shoe. God, I'm so dumb. That isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! 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 Well, witness? What? Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint of the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman, rawr. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason. Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for the one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Warg! That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Wow, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial, damn.
Mr. Wright, do something, please.
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But...
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well. But Angel Starr is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Sky... Oh, shit. Objection! There we go, hold it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Ooh. Little girl, what did you just say?
Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Starr, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints.
Well.
I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping.
Yummy. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait.
Oh, wait, that's not the voice. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this.
A photograph.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet.
I mean, yeah.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. But something will happen because this is Phoenix Wright. I'm sorry, Mia.
Right, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
Think outside the box. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Of course, objection. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, this last one submitted. Okay. This trial isn't over. I kind of knew this because I played this game before, but we'll talk in a second. Till we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? I mean, yeah, it wasn't approved by... It didn't go through the first rule of evidence law like you've been telling me about, but whatever. Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. So, I know this again because I played this before, but when I said earlier that when I hear the word muffler, I think of the muffler of a car and not a muffler that you wear. Yeah, what the hell is this sticking out of the muffler? Everything else doesn't really matter, I guess. I mean, there's a knife, there's a Goodman, there's a shoe, there's a sock, and there's something in the muffler. Just gonna take a quick drink, guys. Ah, yummy. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. Now, my question is, how did this work in the Japanese version? Because, like, in English, like, it's a little forced, but you can see what that synonyms work and blah, blah. In Japan, is there a word for the muffler that could also be a scarf as well? Or do they just use, like, a loan word and they just say, like, muffler, you know, using katakana instead or something? I don't know how it works, but I'm just wondering how that line would work in Japanese. What's this suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there was something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case. Oh, geez. Why it's related to the case? Oh, well, the only thing that mentions muffler is the word muffler on the cell phone, so. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Ah, yar. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, woo! Ah. The crazy writing for the screams is so funny to me. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Phew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. Yay! Another day of court. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute Oh, okay, I guess we're not done for the day. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry? Oh, wow. Alright, time to take a break then, I guess. I'm PhilInTheBlanks. I'll see you guys next level. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.